So this first clip is regarding raising the minimum wage across the country, and especially as it pertains to general labor jobs. So like working at Walmart, working at fast food restaurants, these types of general labor jobs that are predominantly worked by Black Americans. And I take issue with it.
What do you think needs to happen now to get that $15 minimum wage passed?
You know, I do believe that we should override the parliamentarian. I think that this is a matter of course, and that our constituents and people across this country put Democrats in power to, among many other things, establish a $15 minimum wage. We have a responsibility to do that. I do not believe that the parliamentarians' ruling should be really an obstacle to that. And I don't believe that we should be really tied up about this, because our two options are realistically this: override the parliamentarian or eliminate the filibuster. Delivering and making good on the promises that we made, and not allowing these procedural obstacles, which can be overridden, to get in our way.
This idea that we need to raise the minimum wage, it's great in theory, but in reality, it's going to cause more damage than good. So Black Americans work majority of the general labor jobs. And this is due to several reasons. Black Americans, especially those below the poverty line, especially those in disenfranchised communities, they don't always have high education. They don't always have specific work skills, professional skills, and experience. So they are typically the ones who work these general labor jobs, as general labor jobs typically don't ask for a lot. They don't need you to have an associate's degree or an advanced degree. Certain skills, lots of experience. You can typically get these jobs without having any of that. I know some people in my own hometown who never finished high school and work these types of general labor jobs. However, raising the minimum wage for them seems charitable, it seems compassionate, it seems like the right thing to do, but it's going to cause more damage than good. Reason being, these companies that hire people for general labor, they hire people who don't have a lot of education, who don't have a lot of experience. They hire them and they pay them such a low amount because they're not offering a lot of labor value. They're not offering a lot of education. They're not offering a lot of skills. They're not offering a lot of experience. They can't really command a lot of pay, and these companies know that. So while yes, $8 an hour is not a lot of money, forcing them to pay you more than what your labor value is worth, that's going to put them in a predicament where they're going to think to themselves, okay, so here's our options. We can either pay you what we feel your labor value is worth, what we've assessed your labor value is worth. You're coming in here possibly with no high school diploma or a GED. You don't have an advanced degree. You don't have a lot of skills. You don't have a lot of professional experience. We assess that your labor value is worth $10 an hour, or $9 an hour, and $8 an hour. However, it is now being made legislative law. It's now part of our U.S. code that we must pay you a minimum of $15 an hour. Why are we going to pay you more for less labor value? That does not make any sense. What we are going to do is fire you, get someone else who has more labor value, who is coming in here with a degree, or they've completed the highest level of high school education. So they graduated high school, they have more skills, they have more experience, and we're gonna hire them and pay them the $15 an hour. That makes sense. If we're going to pay you more, we expect more in return. We want our bang for our buck, basically. To it, I have something to tell you all. So recently I have decided to start a little capsule collection where I sell modest but classy and elegant fashion, which I want to see return to the world, and I want to see more beautiful ladies wearing. So I've taken it upon myself to start a little capsule collection offering classic, elegant, modest apparel. I'm Christian conservative, and I don't think that there is enough of it in the world, and I want to see it make a comeback. So hello, you can go to my site, themodestbombshell.com, and shop some of my items in my boutique. It's a capsule collection, so I'm offering just the basics, some dresses, some skirts, some loungewear, and I would really appreciate the support. So themodestbombshell.com, the link is down in the description, as well as some links to my social media pages. We want the value back that we're paying for. Not gonna pay more for less value. That doesn't make any sense. So in theory, this idea that we need to raise the minimum wage cap for certain jobs, it's great in theory. Obviously, the people who want to do this are well-meaning, but they're not thinking about the actual impact and how corporations work and how businesses work. They're assuming that these companies have a heart and that they have compassion and that they're going to go, oh, absolutely, yes, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pay people more for less value. That's what we're going to do. We're going to spend more money and make less profit and pay people more for less value. They're not going to do that, obviously. And they're not entitled to do that. They don't have to do that. They don't need to be compassionate because they're not people, they're corporations, they're business entities. They don't have to think about that. And so forcing these corporations to raise the minimum wage, it's just going to force them to fire a lot of their employees who do these general labor jobs. And a lot of these people are Black Americans. So legislation that says you got to pay $15 an hour, it's going to displace a lot of Black Americans who work these general labor jobs, as well as Latinos. My own high school best friend, did not graduate high school, did not get her GED. She has children, and she works a general labor job. So someone like her, she would get fired. This is a terrible idea. In practice, it's a terrible idea. In theory, it's great. It's, obviously we want to do better for people and offer people more money, but people are going to lose their jobs. So you got to be careful with these sort of progressive politics, because they always on the surface look like they are beneficial to people. They on the surface look like they are going to make life better for people. But when you really look at them closely and you really consider them in practice, they're going to do the polar opposite. So instead, what they could do is allow these corporations and these companies to assess how much they are going to pay you based on your value, your labor value that you're bringing to their company, and then use legislation to instead help people who are working these general labor jobs to get more education, to get more workplace skills. Don't raise the minimum wage cap, because they're going to lose their jobs. Instead, help them raise their labor value so they can command more money. So, thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. If you liked, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share, as it helps me get boosted in the algorithm. It helps me get more subscribers. The more subscribers I have, the more I will be able to put out these types of videos. As at this time, my equipment is very limited. So if you would like to see more videos like this from me, do participate in this channel, boost it as much as you can so we can get this out to more people and make more videos like this. And I will see you in the next one.